That's what she said.
Yes, sir, we promised you a great main event tonight. Nick Andre, the China WrestleMania!
Hulkamania is running wild!
My God, what a It's not the world is watching!
Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
The lace in your dress tingles my neck. How do I the death of the bachelor? Letting the water fall. The death of the bachelor. Seems so pitiful. Happy ever after. How can I ask for more? A lifetime of laughter. Now the expense of the death of a bachelor.
I'm cutting my mind off! It feels like my heart is going to burst! A road at a table for two, and I just wanna be served! And when you think of me, am I the best you ever had? Say one more drink with me, I'll enjoy your side!
I'm walking the road, watching the sky fall. The lace in your dress tingles my neck. How do I the death of the bachelor? Letting the water fall. The death of the bachelor. Seems so pitiful. Happily ever after. How can I ask for more? A lifetime of laughter. At the expense of the death of a bachelor.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Coming to the ring in just a moment, too, for more exciting fucking action.
An exciting fucking action it is. It is I, it is he, it is me, P-double-D-E Temple, cooing from the place to be reviews right right back here with all of yous Going Rogue, episode number 57. We have a great show planned for you this evening. Let me acknowledge and say thank you to all of my Kazooians, each and every one of you. Nano Reaper, I got the clip fixed, made sure your name was included, and this show could be brought to you by Ice Water Bubble Hash Pre-Rolls if they'll sponsor me. I'm just saying, I use your fine product, and it's amazing. I'm just saying. Let me give a shout out Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, Mr. Grant Gregory. No sir, we're just starting. There's channel member right there. Another one, Judas Goat Barbecue. Hail brother. Hail Brutal Morningwood, the best name on YouTube. Clone Geek in the house. What the hell is Ezra Miller doing now? Outside of wearing dresses and choking out women, I'm not sure. But he's always up to something fruity. We know that. Hail Godzillionaire. What's going on, brother? Parrot Head, purveyor of memes. Yep. The people's nose is in the house. There you go, brother. There you go. Frank and the Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan, another channel member, and of course, Nano Reaper. What's up, brother? Welcome. Nano will be joining me on the member stream next week. Let me get to this amazing panel, though. First, let me introduce to you my co-host for the evening. She needs no introduction, but she's my YouTube wifey, so I'll give her one anyway. She's kick-ass, funny, and doesn't take any shit or back down from drama. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Saggy Melons.
Hello, this is my OnlyFans. Everybody's been asking for it, so here it is. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Liar!
No, it's my OnlyFans. Everyone said, Saggy, when are you gonna get an OnlyFans? Well, there it is, right there, my OnlyFans. Now you guys get to see it. But thank you for having me. Hi, it's been a while. I missed everybody. How you guys been? Love you. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you back on. It's good to have you back on the show. And speaking of, oh, you're welcome, darling. And speaking of being back on the show, ladies and gentlemen, this next gentleman is one of the most down to earth, fun people I've got to talk to in my trip around the sphere in this YouTube game. Ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't need an introduction either, but I'm gonna give him one anyway. It's Nick from Echo Base Network, one half of Echo Base.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My Christmas gift to Saggy is going to be a fan duster because that thing needs some dusted big time.
That's
It
look at
does.
Nano
It
Saggy
does.
too.
It does.
Yep. I wasn't going to point it out. I was going to quietly observe and not say anything.
I didn't say it was a clean fan.
But yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for the invite. ETEP's been trying to get me on for a little while. I've been in and out of town, tied up with work stuff. It's just, during the week so hard for me. That it's summertime, it's definitely a little bit more easier for Coach. So he's freed up this summer. We're going to be doing a whole lot more stuff. We had our first call-in show where we put a phone number and let people call in. We're going to start doing some more of that kind of stuff. And we're actually going to start transitioning away from some of the Star Wars stuff because, good God, man, Star Wars is shit right now.
Isn't it painful? It's painful.
Man.
It's absolutely painful to watch, dude. Thank you for being here, Nick. I appreciate it, brother. I do. And next up, he's one of the longest-standing guests on the show, dating all the way back to the Anchor days. The episode we called The Lost One because we lost like 3 hours worth of recording, and we did it again the next night. That was back when Monica was my co-host on here, not Lewinsky, different Monica. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about my man, my little brother, Commander Cody. What's going on?
Yo, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on tonight, man. I really appreciate it, and can't wait to talk about the crazy shit in the news and crazy shit in pop culture. And it's kind of depressing, and it's kind of funny.
It is, man. It's equal parts depressing, funny, and sad all at the same time, you know. What up, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective? He says, no matter what anyone says, I want to see the mouse burn. You know,
don't we all?
You know, and then
sell Star Wars.
Oh, that's beyond. That needs. That's the problem. Is okay. So they sell Star Wars off. You know, who does it? You know, who would buy it? And how can we be assured that they're going to make the correct moves with it? Unlike the last 10 years now, Disney's own. October will officially be 10 years because it was like October 12th, 2012, I believe.
I think it was September. I might be
Was
wrong.
September?
though.
Okay. I knew it was that time of year. It was around there. So we're almost coming up on that, 10-year anniversary. So it's like, if this is a marriage that's lasted 10 years between Disney and Star Wars, it has been Ike and Tina. is what I can say about the state of Star Wars. Nano says I'll buy it for $1 million. You know what? At this point, I mean, what's it really worth?
If I had 5 billion, I would literally buy it.
Oh God, yeah.
I would literally buy it. I would keep my job. I would literally buy it, and I would get people involved that know the material.
All that goodwill that Deborah Chow had from Mandalorian, fucking gone. Gone.
It was October, Pete.
October, okay.
Yeah, October 30th.
All right.
And Robert Rodriguez,
4.05
same thing with
billion.
him, because he got a lot of praise for his
Boba
episodes
Fett.
he directed,
And
then
Mando,
he did
yeah.
Book of Boba Fett, and it was just a trash fire.
Yeah, it was bad. Boba Fett was bad. What up, Small Time Republic? Haley says it was an arranged marriage. Yeah, it definitely was. It's not worth $5 billion. No, it isn't. Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore. It's not. It's bad. It's just the state of it's bad. We'll talk about that during the main event, because we got some doozies for holy shit news tonight. So we're gonna start out. We're gonna start out in the city of brotherly love. That's where we're gonna start the night. But before we get to that, we gotta play the intro. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The kickoff to Wednesday night, going rogue. Holy shit news.
Holy shit!
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know. Were you thinking, holy shit, a swordfish almost went through my head?
Holy shit! Holy shit!
And all the assholes want us to shit all over everything.
Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Here we are. We're over on, of course, we're on FoxNews.com. Philadelphia man allegedly murdered boyfriend with trust fund posed as a victim on social media to hide the death. Keyshawn Sheffield allegedly made numerous withdrawals from Rashid Young's, Rashid, I don't know. Rashid Young's $2 million trust fund after the alleged murder, while maintaining his social media accounts to make it appear he was still alive. Wow.
It takes guts.
That
Society needs guts like that.
This is the kind of venture capitalist I like. Jesus. Like,
it's a good idea.
I mean, did he weekend at Bernie's them too, and like carry his dead body around, and
who was here on the? We did a story about this rapper who I can't remember if he got shot. I think he got shot and killed or whatever. Because of course he did. Because he's like a mixtape, like street level rapper. So he was literally like almost taxidermied, and they had his corpse standing up in a coffin at a nightclub.
Yep.
And people were taking pictures with him. A motherfucker had sunglasses on and shit. Oh, it was.
I saw one where a dude was pretty much posed the same way, but he was like sitting in his favorite chair. He was had an Xbox controller in his hand or something. He had his favorite snacks around him, and I'm just like, what?
Jeez.
Good stuff.
Yeah, this is. Yeah. What up, good stuff, Confiscator? Yeah, this is like, wow.
Did he kill him with a cheesesteak?
We'll find out. We'll take a look at the story here.
I'm excited.
Wait, Nano says, and gay black money killing each other seems like a bad movie. This is like the plot to a bad Tyler Perry movie. This is like if Tyler Perry did meth. This is what he would come up with.
This is what the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot should have been.
Oh my god, that fucking don't even. That, I'm gonna have.
I haven't even seen it.
Just do yourself a favor. You can just watch my reviews, honestly, because the show is fucking terrible. Like, there's a few characters on the show that I actually like. I like Jazz because he's actually smart. He's very grounded, and he's an entrepreneur. Jeffrey is a fucking badass. Like, basically, like, he's the house manager, but he's also like kind of like a stone cold killer. And then who else was there? Carlton. I like Carlton for some reason. I like the character of Carlton on this time around.
They
He's kind of
recast him.
he was kind of a cokehead at first. What, between seasons?
Well, the first trailer that dropped, there was a different actor who played Uncle
Yeah.
Phil. He was an older
Yeah.
guy. They replaced him with a younger one, which was weird.
Yeah. The dude that played Uncle Phil was a scumbag. Like, the show, not the actor, but like the character of Uncle Phil in the show is just a fucking scumbag. But that's another story altogether. What an awesome one. Yeah, if you don't want to watch the show, check out my reviews. I reviewed painstakingly in detail these horrible episodes. So let's take a look at this story here from Fox News.com. A Philadelphia man was arrested on murder charges for allegedly stabbing his boyfriend to death nearly 3 years ago, then withdrawing money from the victim's trust fund and taking over his social media accounts to make it look like he was still alive. Keyshawn Sheffield, 20, was arrested Wednesday, charged with first-degree murder, third-degree murder, theft, receiving stolen property, and other crimes. That's too numerous to list. Montgomery County District Attorney Kevin Steele announced. Okay, so he has an upside-down cross and the little barbell through the... Okay.
Wait. He 3 years? He killed this dude 3 years ago, and he was...
He kept it up that long?
How
Yeah.
did no one notice he was dead?
Right? Like, he's not making any public appearances or anything.
He's
You know,
not going to
nobody's
his
seen this
friggin'
guy?
job? Like, hello? Like, what about his family?
Yeah.
His family wasn't talking. Like, how 3 years, bro? Like, I don't know. That's wild. He got away with that for 3 years.
It absolutely is.
Did he ever get
Chef-
any of the money? How would he get the trust fund if the dude was pretending he was still alive?
I want to
Well,
see how this played out.
Oh, it was a trust fund, so he probably just had access to his bank account stuff.
Yep.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like it was like he had to be dead. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Sheffield was in a relationship with the victim, 22-year-old Rashid Young, for roughly 2 years before the murder on August 19th of 2019. He's accused of stabbing Young to death and transporting his body in a Pottstown Borough recycling container to a house he shared with his mother.
Oh my
Sheffield.
God.
Wait,
then
hold on. So they recycled him?
I
They recycled him.
I guess, if you're gonna do that, you might as well be environmentally conscious about it. But I thought humans, I thought we were biodegradable basically anyway, outside of the bones. So,
So
I
that's
don't
what's
know.
going in my paper straw? Are you serious?
I supposedly yes, it's human. The paper straws are people. It's like Soylent Green except paper straws now. He's accused of stabbing Young to death. Okay, so we covered that. Sheffield then allegedly dug a grave at Aubrey Arboretum, a nonprofit botanical garden in North Philadelphia, and put Young's remains there. Okay, so
Pushing daisies.
this is Rashid literally pushing daisies. A landscaper for the garden discovered Young's remains on September 30th, 2019, and called the police. Oh, okay, so there was only 11 days that went by between the murder and... So this case has been ongoing since 2019, is what I'm getting.
Okay.
All right, so it was only 11 days between the murder and the discovery of the remains. But the relationship was 2 years prior. It went on for 2 years before that. The investigation found that Sheffield was accessing the victim's social media accounts using his cell phone to communicate with Young's family to keep up the appearance that Young was still alive from August to December of 2019. Oh, wow. Wait.
What?
So they found his remains in September, but they didn't say anything. Oh, because they didn't know it was him, obviously. They couldn't immediately track it back to him. So, okay.
Okay, I thought...
All right. Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Zombie.
How's this? Yeah, how's this timeline work again? Young's remains went unidentified until a private investigator hired by Young's family contacted Montgomery County detectives with new information about the case. That's where he was buried. He was buried here at the Aubrey Arboretum. Detectives used dental records to confirm Young's identity. I didn't get rid of the teeth. You've never watched. Tell me you've never seen Snatch without telling me you've never seen Snatch. But he didn't feed him to the pigs, Harold. So I guess,
or the tigers.
Or the tigers. But still, you gotta take the teeth, man. You know they use. If you've seen any kind of movie, you know that allegedly in Minecraft, you have to remove the teeth.
I just remove the head and feed it to a gator.
Harold, feed them to the pigs. You can't feed them to gators. That'll mess up their skin. You want that nice and you got their skin's got to be perfect for when you make those shoes and belts. Since August 2019, a family has been searching for information about their missing son. Today, we shared with them the tragic details of his death and will be able to return his remains for a proper burial, Steele said Wednesday. This is yet another case of relationship violence that turned into murder. Oof. So, yeah, this
Murder
guy
was
was
the
able
case
to...
that they gave me.
Murder! I introduced my son to some Snoop Dogg. I got him listen to the old school Snoop Dogg, like off gin and juice and shit like that.
That's the best rap. Modern day rap sucks. Old school's the best.
All these idiots, they either do like that mumble rap or they're on lean and shit. You can't understand a word they fucking say anyway. It's terrible.
Auto tune is just engaged heavily.
Hey, don't knock auto tune. It makes me sound like a goddamn angel.
But you're saggy. That's all right. We'll give you a pass. Before I never knew T-Pain could actually sing. He won the Masked Singer, and that dude actually has an amazing voice. Like, it's like, holy shit, that's T-Pain. He can actually sing. Like, it's messed up that he, basically spent his whole career, the better, mainstream part of his career, using that auto tune and not showcasing his actual talent.
Well, pause, because Netflix has a show. I encourage everybody to watch it if you're into music and music history. But they did have a show that went over history, and they talked about T-Pain. It started off with T-Pain and the introduction of auto tune, and he was basically saying, like, yes, he used auto tune, but it was just a small enhancement. Like, a lot of big celebrities like Cher and a lot of other celebrities have used auto-tune in the past. It's just they didn't talk about it. It was like this big whole, we can't tell people we used a machine to make them sound a little bit better. But like, T-Pain didn't, like, I think the reason why T-Pain got a lot of flack is because he used it the most, but he was very open about it. It's not like he hid that he used it, like other artists did.
I'm not knocking him. But I'm saying it's like he didn't need it. You know what I mean? Like, he has literally a naturally, like, freaking deep, or not deep, but like very rich textured voice. You know what I mean? Like, his singing voice is great. So it's like, I understand the why for the style of music that he was doing, and for the effects that he wanted for his voice. But it's like, it's a shame that he didn't showcase, because he has that, he didn't need it at all. Like, literally, he didn't need it.
Well, I mean, in fairness, a lot of the celebrities that used it before T-Pain made it popular didn't need it either. It's just, I think, like I said, there were certain reasons why they used it, because they wanted to make it sound a certain way that the vocals couldn't do.
You can't naturally create that effect.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, even though people kind of gave T-Pain a hard time about his auto-tune use, I'm like, it was just because, like, our vocals couldn't do the type of sounds that he wanted for his music. So I don't fault him. But yeah, when I heard him sing too, I thought the same thing. I was like, damn, boy, like, you had that voice the whole time?
I did. I was like, I literally, like, jumped out of my chair. I was like, what, like, where has he been hiding that? Like, why? Why?
The auto-tune.
That's it, and it's like, there's so many of these singers that actually need it because they sound like shit live, and that's why they lip sync concerts. And then like I said, you got people like him that have this, like, God-given, like, amazing voice. It's like, please let us hear some more. Like, do some actual, like, sing, it would be cool to like have him like do like, some, because he can write, he's a good songwriter, so have him
Right.
do some actual like singing, I would, because he's good, and I appreciate the hell out of that. Judas, kind of in that theme, Judas says, I'm not a big fan, but Lady Gaga's duets with Tony Bennett showed she has a good voice outside of her pop auto-tune stuff. Yeah, she's talented as hell. Lady Gaga, like I said, I'm not a huge fan, but she's very fucking talented.
I hated they used her song in Top Gun 2 Maverick.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it so bad.
God, so good. So good. Go see it on the biggest, loudest screen you possibly can.
It was playing in my local theater, and I wanted to go see it, but I was too busy last weekend. And I'm taking the kid to see. Well, no, I'm not, because he's leaving Friday night. So me and the wife are gonna have like 4 nights to ourselves.
Go see Top Gun 2.
Giggity. What? That's what do you mean 4 nights to themselves, and you want them to go watch Top Gun?
It's 2 hours out of 4 days.
Yeah,
they have enough time for.
Yeah, we've been married. We've been together almost 13 years. Look, we can barely stand each other. Why do you think we got such a big? That's why we got such a big fucking house. So I build my studio in the basement. I put a 3/4 bath down there. I got a weight room. I got a stove down there. I got freezers and a refrigerator. I can put a king size bed down there. I never have to fucking leave.
I stand with Mrs. Etep.
Most everybody hates me. No, I'm actually going to see the Jurassic World movie Friday night. We're gonna go see that. I do. I want to go see it. I do. I'm especially after how bad the last one was, and this
the
being
reviews
like,
for this one. Have you seen the other reviews?
I haven't really
not
paid
good.
attention. Oh, I'm sure it's probably going to be like a mix of fan service and probably some, because the last one got kind of woke in a few spots. I'm not saying the movie was. It had its little moments. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there was those underlying tones, but
the last one just didn't make sense at all.
No, it
like
broke.
You go through the whole movie and you're like, "This is
continuity.
Stupid. Yeah. What are you talking about? How does this relate to Jurassic Park?"
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, they invent like that Lockwood guy. Oh, we never heard about him, but he was John Hammond's partner. And then he's got that little bitch ass clone niece. I said, well, before she pushed that button, then those dinosaurs, I'd have snapped her fucking neck. I'm like, she's a clone. She's not even a real person. Just walk and be like, fuck you, Maisie.
Yeah, it was like Colonel Sanders and then the fucking dinosaur girl. It's like, okay.
Yep. Here's our second story after we're done talking about killing child clones. Allegedly in Minecraft, Mama says.
Wow, Florida didn't make the show tonight?
Right? No, we don't. This is
wow.
This
is
a first. This is a first for the show. Episode 57 of Going Rogue, Holy Shit News, does not feature a story from Florida.
I'm disappointed in my state.
Wait, do I have it? I think I've got it on here. Where's it at?
Did I share one with you recently?
I don't know.
I could have swore I sent one to you a few weeks ago at least. Maybe not.
I don't know. It's not on here. Son of a bitch. This is I don't have the Falcon gif on here. This is me right now talking to myself.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
So here we are.
Buck stops
Please
here.
This is a mouthful. Yeah, the buck stops here. Please pursue Pennsylvania pierogi pilferer. For those of you who don't know what a pierogi is, here's one right here. I actually just had homemade pierogies, which if you've ever had a homemade pierogi, or is in Polish, perahe, my mother makes these from scratch, like down to the dough. She taught me how to do it. It takes hours and hours to make these. So I can understand somebody stealing pierogies, because these we only got on holidays and special occasions at my house growing up. So they're fucking delicious. You can put like potato and cheese inside of them. You put a little bit of sour cream on them. I like those. And also my mom makes them with sauerkraut in them, which I like sauerkraut. You put a little sauerkraut in there. I got bold and I put some kielbasa in there last couple years ago when I made them. Oh, fucking delicious. But yeah, that's Polish food. That's my mom's a Polak, so this is yeah.
Fuck is a pierogi?
It's a pierogi. It's a dumpling with either mashed potatoes with some cheese in it mixed inside, and then you cook them. I fry, you bake them, whatever, you fry them in a pan. Cook them in water. Like you cook them in water until everything hardens up nice, and then to reheat them, I usually just pan fry them. But they're delicious. Oh no, they're delicious. They're delicious. Amazing. They are. Pierogies are delicious.
It's a staple. My grandma's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, she knows. She knows.
Yeah, we know.
You know. So a burglar broke into a Pennsylvania residence and only stole a bag of pierogies valued at $10, according to police. See, right here, I can tell you, these are store-bought pierogies that they had in this bag. Because real pierogies, they're like the Hope Diamond. They're fucking priceless. The suspect, cops say, last month burglarized the apartment of Tyler White, 26, who lives in Trout Run, a village 15 miles from Williamsport. The thief made off with a 5-pound bag of Mrs. T's brand pierogies. Told you. According to the Pennsylvania State Police report, investigators valued the pilfered pierogies at $10. In addition to stealing the frozen pierogies on May 20th, the burglar caused minor damage to the drywall in the home's kitchen. Investigation is ongoing, the police report notes. Founded in 1952, the Pennsylvania-based Mrs. T's Pierogies describes itself as the largest provider of pierogies in the country, offering many new flavor combinations as well as the original classics. The pierogies are equally amazing boiled, baked, sautéed, grilled, air-fried, or tossed in a slow cooker, according to the firm's website. Well, I mean, you got to boil them. You got to boil them to get them just right. You got to boil them. You got to boil the fucking pierogies, I'm telling you.
So you know what's really sad about this story?
Yes, what?
Clearly, if this person broke into the house and the only thing they stole was food, clearly that person was really hungry. And I don't fault that person. If you are starving and you are hungry and you broke into someone's house, the only thing you stole was a bag of pierogies, like, come on. Like, you weren't trying to rob the people. You were fucking hungry. Like, let's be real. Can you blame? I'm not gonna. If I was a cop, I would have been like, I would have told the people we couldn't find him, even if I found him. Like, dude, clearly is fucking hungry. Like, be happy he didn't steal anything of value. He stole fucking frozen food. Like, come on. Come on, guys.
Is that really what you want to get clapped over? Is a $10 bag of pierogies? I mean,
that's like, listen, that's like this. Okay, put example. If you are in a grocery store and you see a mother stealing a bottle, like a can of formula, are you really gonna say something? Because at that point, if this mother is that desperate, she has to steal formula for her baby, dude, I'm looking the other fucking way.
I'd just be like, let me pay for that for you so you don't get in trouble.
Yep. Honestly, I worked when I started in private security. That was the first gig I had, was working LP, like undercover LP in grocery stores. You would not believe the kind. I had everybody from like meth addicts to crackheads to a wife of a police captain who was stealing vitamins just because she got a rush from stealing something.
You can't say crackheads. That's racist against black people.
Oh, okay. So anyway, them fucking crackheads. Well, I said meth. I said, don't make fun of Jody like that. I was going to say, he's like, when he was bragging about renting that second apartment, I was like, yeah, so a Section 8 apartment will cost you about $100 a month.
Yeah, it's a cheap studio.
Right? Like that.
It's apartment, bro. Apartments. On Section 8.
But anyways, I didn't mean to derail you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We don't mind them little cutaways every now and then. But no, I nailed this. I nailed it. Yes. So I'm banging this perp, right? And she's like, "Is this gonna get me out of the charge?" And I'm like, "No." This is pre me too. So I'm like, nobody's gonna believe you. No. She liked it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I did.
It was my female training officer. This is my FTO. I feel like Jake in Training Day. So you kind of hot Debbie. You put her in the back of the black and white and roasted her. Boom, didn't you? Did she have a liquor license? What? A liquor license? Was she a dyke? A lesbian? I fucking love that movie. I can like recite that entire fucking movie from start
It's a
to
great
finish.
movie.
We can tell.
I do. I've almost seen that movie as many times as I've seen Scarface. And I've seen Scarface no less than 200 times, probably. Like, to the point where I can't even watch it anymore. It's like I just let me sit back and I'll sit there and I'll drink my brandy out of my glass, and recite the entire movie like George Plimpton from Masterpiece Theater. That's twice in 1 week I have referenced George Plimpton's Masterpiece Theater.
If you're flipping through the channels though on TV and it's on, do you stop or do you keep going?
I'm going to keep going at this point.
Okay.
I'm going to keep going. I just use it as a point of reference at this point. I have no interest in watching it anymore. Here we go. In my state, Michigan, the Murder Mitten is guilty of this last one. Let me acknowledge the wonderful folks that showed up in the chat during the show. So far, we got 19. We had 22 watching a minute ago. Slap that like button. My homeboy, Guillermo Lopez. Welcome, Guillermo. My good friend. I've known Guillermo for about 5 years now. Good dude. Met him through a Seinfeld group on Facebook. I said, I like this cat. I like Guillermo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep, that's good old Seinfeld group. That's I got drunk in there and shaved my head one night after I'd grown my hair back for a year, and you really see the Jewish come out in me, because when my hair gets really long, it fucking curls. So I was like, my wife was like, you look fucking ridiculous. Shave it, yeah.
There was when I was in Houston. When I was in Houston, my sister made me watch a Seinfeld episode. If you're a Seinfeld fan, I'm sure you probably know the episode. It's the one where they go and to meet with old folks to spend time with them.
I love that episode. Yes. Yep.
So she's like, "This is the funniest episode of Seinfeld. You got to watch it." You know, and the one old lady had some. I forgot.
She had a goiter.
A goiter, yeah.
She had a goiter on her neck the size of a football.
Yeah.
And then she had
records from the other old guy, and
George is banging the chick from, where's she from, Senegal?
Yeah, it doesn't.
She's always in there playing that goddamn voodoo music. Yeah. I think she put a spell on me. They're all stealing from me, every one of you bums. That fucking old man. I love that the old lady Elaine was with slept with Gandhi.
Yeah.
Oh, he used to rub oil on his bald head and then rub it all over my body. I'm like, I looked at that chick, the housekeeper though, that George was like, I want to rub oil on my head and then rub it all over your body. I was like, I mean, okay. She was hot. I was like, she was fucking hot. I'm like, yeah. And she barely spoke English. I'm like, all right, cool. I can get down with that. You know, accent, doesn't speak English. Go. What up, Tehillim 29? Hail. Shalom. Frankie Nose is in the house. He said, I heard the thief was Bobby Brown. It was his prerogative. Oh, but check out Frankie No's channel, man. Don't sleep on this cat. He's funny. He does some quick, really. I love his humor. I'll just go check out Frankie Knows. Check out one of my mods. Could you throw Frankie Knows link in the chat for us, please? All right, I've stalled long enough. Here's our third story for holy shit news. Outside of Detroit, refrigerate any room in 2 minutes. No.
I have one. I'm using it now. It actually works.
Here we go. Riverview store clerk set teen on fire while trying to confirm liquid was lighter fluid. Police say.
I'm sorry, what?
What was that? Read that one more time.
What? Yeah, can we go back to that?
Riverview store clerk set teen on fire while trying to confirm liquid was lighter fluid. Police say.
So he
that makes 100% sense. I mean,
well,
but
trying
why?
to confirm liquid was light. So he thought that the liquid was lighter fluid, and he lit it to prove that it was lighter fluid instead of. What a dumbass!
What are you going to go to a barbecue and being like, "Oh, I brought my lighter fluid"? Oh, it's
Yeah.
water.
Is that water, lighter fluid? Here, you throw some on me, and then I'll hold this match while you light it. Okay.
And yeah, let's see if it's actually lighter fluid.
Actually,
this.
Actually, he didn't have enough money for gas, so he had to buy lighter fluid to try to see if that worked.
I'm gonna try to refine this. If I add cooking oil to lighter fluid, is that gasoline? No, but I like your train of thought.
Maybe if you had Red Bull.
Right, it gives you wings. Meet Mazin Shaya. He's being held on $1 million bond after police in Riverview said he set a teen on fire in an attempt to verify liquid leaking in a backpack was flammable. Holy shit. Hey, I can see it. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? You stealing my lighter fluid? I see it coming on their backpack. No, it's not. It's not lighter fluid. His lighter fluid is not here. Watch me light you on fire. Oh shit! I didn't think it was going to fucking work. Like, there, I just reenacted the fucking surveillance camera footage for you.
Oh,
Is there
man.
surveillance camera footage of this?
I wish.
Oh, good.
I
$1 million? Damn.
I couldn't show it even if I wanted to, Nick. YouTube would fucking
yeah,
nuke me for
true.
that. Riverview, Michigan. The employee of a Riverview convenience store is facing a charge of assault with intent to murder after holding a lighter near the backpack worn by a 17-year-old that was soaked in a flammable liquid, causing it to ignite. The decision led to the teen being hospitalized with severe burns, according to the city's police department. The store clerk, identified as Mazin Shaya, was arrested on June 7th in Sterling Heights before being arraigned. That's actually a nice little town, city, in Wayne County court the following day. The incident was a tragedy and could have easily been avoided, said interim police chief Bob Bemis. Now it's the court's job to decide who is responsible and what their punishment should be. Boy, if that ain't a boilerplate statement, I don't know what is. Jesus Christ. Can you give us some details, Bemis? Come on. I wonder if anybody ever called him Beavis. You know, I mean, it's easily...
Is it Bemis or Bemis?
It's probably Bemis. I don't know. I just pronounce everything weird because I'm from the Midwest. Riverview police first received a phone call on June 2nd from a mom who was calling from the emergency room at Wyandotte Hospital. Hey, I know people that work there. According to why the fuck didn't they give me this story? Those rat bastards. They're fired. According to the caller, her son, who is a student at Riverview Community High School, was on lunch break but off campus from the school around 11:30. The teen was at Victor's Market, which is located on Quarry Road. Detectives managed to locate the witness, who confirmed a 55-year-old employee of the store was responsible for the crime. Now, I want to know what led up to this. Like, because you don't just light some kid on fire. I mean, unless he was like, oh shit, it's ritualistic fucking burning time. This poor son of a bitch walked in the door and he's like, I don't know. Am I allowed to say? Well, no, if he's not blowing him up, I guess he wouldn't say that. I don't know what you say before you light somebody on fire. I'm not a savage. Right. According to police, the teen was wearing a backpack that had become saturated with lighter fluid, which was presumably leaking from something inside the backpack. In an attempt to verify if the liquid was flammable, the suspect allegedly held and activated a lighter, which was too close to the victim. A release from police said. Wait, meth, mushrooms, LSD, and a short barrel AR-style rifle confiscated during Southwest Michigan drug raid. I hope my cousin's all right. The teen's shirt caught fire, which caused severe burns. A judge set Shia's bond at $1 million with a 10% cash surety. If he posts bond, he'll need to wear a GPS tether and surrender his passport. His next court hearing is June 16th.
$1 million.
$1 million for Mazin Shaya for setting an unknown teen on fire. Damn. So have you ever wanted to just like light somebody on fire? I mean, I've never felt the urge
all the fucking time.
I was going to say the same thing all the time.
I mean, like,
I wouldn't literally actually do it.
Yeah,
I
like
would.
fire starter, like with your mind, you're just sitting there staring at him. You're like, You start shaking. You're like, "Brr," you're like Vince McMahon, you know. It's kind of like you're on fire with my mind. You know?
Start bending spoons and lighting fires. And just...
You take the spoon. You're like, bend it in half, and then light a fire. On the
I
end of
think
the
it
spoon.
would take like a lot for me to wish that upon somebody.
Right? Like
I
and
think
this guy,
I think we all are just like, God, fucking wish he was gone. But I think the fire thing's a little much. But
that's pretty savage. I mean, you're talking like some Salem witch trials shit right there. You know what I mean? Like, nah, fam, I'm good with that. Like, I mean, I might want to like, you know, backhand a motherfucker, like punch him in their fucking throat, or like I didn't want to punch. It's just like you want to like give them that chop to the throat, so they're like ah, and then you're like, all right, and you grab him by the back of the head, and like, you're like, all right, motherfucker, and you just smack him in the mouth. Listen, dumbass, just. You know, like this whole thing could have been avoidable, and then they start talking again. You're like, pop right in the windpipe again. I said, shut the fuck up. Like the chops to the throat will continue until you shut the fuck up. You know, and then you speak your piece because they're like, you know, gagging and shit.
$1 million though, like
that's I mean, he attempted
shit ton.
It's attempted murder of a minor too. I mean,
but did he? I mean, was the kid asking for it though?
I see. That's the thing.
I'm playing.
well, no. Okay. All right. So it happened in a convenience store. Okay. So this dude has a liquid leaking from his backpack. The first thing I'd want to do would be like, hey, I'm gonna have to take that. You know, just show me what's in your backpack. All right. Just did you steal something? You know, because like, look, man, I'm not gonna be an asshole, but. You know, I'm gonna make you think I'm not. While under there, I'm reaching for the fucking short barrel 12 gauge, and going, all right, bitch. Now we can do this one of two ways. No, but seriously, find out what is in the backpack. Like, you don't just go to, hey, I'm gonna grab it and put a lighter to this motherfucker. Like, lighter fluid smells. Like, you could smell that. You know what I mean? Like. And what the fuck kind of person?
With that big ass nose. Like, look at that. Look at this dude.
Oh, well, I mean,
no, not you. Dude,
I was like, hey, man, easy with that shit. You anti-Semite? No. Good thing my trolls.
I should be the
scumbag. My thing still says scumbag Doomtep, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I forgot to change that. It's been like that for
was that from last episode?
No, it's from like I think Sunday. I haven't. Doomtep hasn't come out yet, so he might make an appearance tonight. I made a new Doomtep. Have y'all seen new Doomtep yet? Hang on. I'm gonna show you right now. We'll do it. You ready? You ready for new scumbag Doomtep?
Yes, I'm ready.
Greetings, Dominions and Doomentites. It is I, the future ruler of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, with my fluffy kitty, Mr. Beans. Scumbag Doomtep, with inside knowledge from the inner workings of Reddit. Lucasfilm. Yes, I've been wrong for 1,947 days, 22 hours, 6 minutes, and 14, 15, 16 seconds. But who's counting? That's new scumbag Doomtep right there. There he is. I've been waiting for. Who was it? Somebody asked me to do their stream, but only as like Doomtep. Like I'm like, okay.
God.
That was me. We never did it.
Was it? Did you? Well, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do it. I'll do the. I know somebody asked me.
It was definitely me because I was like, I want you on there to do that as Doom God.
Say that I want you on there, and then space it out again so I can clip that. All right.
I want you on there. Is that good enough?
Yep. And we're done. All right.
I love how Nick is not here for that. Of course he left.
All right, wait, that was 55:05. All right, we got that one. We got it marked. So Mazin, the Magic Man, Shazam, tried to light a miner on fire. This is Michigan, folks. This is Michigan. What can I say? It's funny because we did have at one point like the most dangerous cities in the country on the top 10. Detroit, Flint, and Saginaw were all on there. And it's like, I remember they were talking about Buena Vista and Saginaw, which is where I used to wrestle. And it was funny because like I kind of had the golden pass to get, to be able to like go, because I went to a few like house parties down there with some of the other like fans and shit. So yeah, it was fun though. It was fun. Once you're in, you're in.
House parties are always fun time,
dude. These cats were a fucking blast too, man. It was hood, but it was fun. You know what I mean? They were like, "Where the hell are you from?" I'm telling them, they're like, "Huh?"
I was known in high school for the house parties that I threw. I mean, known. I would pack the block out, and I mean out, both sides of the street, cars everywhere, and I'd have like 3 kegs back in the back shed, and yeah, it was crazy. I did that multiple times back in high
your
school.
Letterman jacket.
I didn't have a Letterman. I didn't play any sports in high school. I wasn't, I avoided school. I would skip all the time, like the maximum amount of days.
I played football. That was in high school. That's all. I played football and I played basketball for 2 years, and then I got a girlfriend, so I quit playing basketball. That was a mistake.
Ball is
so
life,
I was actually good. I was actually good at that. But that again was my dad worked in Detroit in the summers, so when I was off school before football, like before we started 2-a-days and shit, I would go down there and work with them, and I would go and I would play ball, and there was a lot of times I would be the only, and mind you, at the time I'm like 14, 15 years old. I'm 6'1", 150 pounds soaking wet. So I'm out there and I'm the only fucking, like, maybe 2 white kids playing at the courts I would go to. There was some, but I mean, I'm talking, it wasn't like in the hood or nothing, but there was fucking like D1 class ball players that would like go there. It was called Joe Dumars Field House in Utica, Michigan. And it was started by Allen Houston and Joe Dumars of the Detroit Pistons back in '94. And they had like indoor basketball courts, and they had like 12 outdoor. They had 10 indoor full length like D1 courts, and then you had your you had hockey, beach volleyball. They had a bar and grill. It was fucking sweet. So I'd go down there and I'd play ball with these guys. And I played ball with a couple guys that I ran into, like when I would go watch the state finals when I was in high school down at MSU. And there was a couple guys like Mateen Cleaves. I was on the same court with him a few times, basically just watching him run the fucking show. Like him and Antonio Smith, who both went to Flint Northern High School. They were part of the Flintstones, Michigan State, when they won the NCAA championship back in like 2000. They had 5 starters, and they were all from Flint, Michigan. Flint was a fucking basketball factory back in the day. So like, Cleaves played in the pros for a little bit, but like this dude was just, I mean, crazy good in high school and college, So yeah, that was a cool thing, getting to like be on a court with him at the same time. And yeah, I never, thank God I never had to check him. Oh my God. Dude, he was breaking just breaking motherfuckers' ankles. It was sick. I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to try to. I'm trying to play post against a dude that's like 6 inches taller than me and about 50 pounds heavier. Just going, please don't elbow me in the nose. It's fucking huge. Don't elbow me in the nose. Then I get elbowed in the nose. Well, you get being the only Our Lady of the Courageous Caucasians out on the court, you got tested. You know what I mean? It's like, and I just nope. I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna take my elbow and shut the fuck up. But, yep. So when I went back home and was playing, it was like, well, shit, this is like playing fucking, kids at times. And then I just quit playing because I'm like, I have a girlfriend. I'm not going to do this now.
Girlfriends ruin everything.
See?
Excuse me? Excuse me? You want to say that one again, Nick? one more again?
Girlfriends ruin everything.
Says, I mean, that probably explains why your ass is single, huh?
Who said I was single?
I mean,
See?
I know you are because I broke up with you just now.
True.
You see that one coming?
You're fired.
Well, look,
Kicked him out.
It depends. It depends who's causing trouble. You get your wife and your guma. You got to keep them separate, right? Frankie knows what I'm talking about.
Does Frankie know though? Does he know?
Frankie knows.
Scotty doesn't
Frankie
know.
knows.
Scotty
Scotty
doesn't. Scott
definitely doesn't know.
Scotty don't know shit.
Don't tell Scotty.
It's time. It's time for the main event topic, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. And I didn't have it queued up in time, so here I am. Here I am, ladies and gents. Yeah. Wah, wah. Here we go right here. I said we weren't going to talk about this, but I'm making an exception tonight because I have Nick on, and I've wanted to talk to Nick about this. Obi-Wan. Oh,
God.
Whew. Yeah. Go ahead, man. I'm gonna let you start this, brother.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give just my real quick take. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of people out there that are really enjoying the show, that are really liking it. Of course, there is at Star Wars. The Star Wars fandom is always very diverse on who likes what and who hates what. I mean, me and Coach aren't big, huge prequel fans, but we don't like despise or hate the prequels. We just don't really love those movies like the OT. But there are people out there that are enjoying this show. But for us, this show is very poorly done, poorly written, poorly acted. For the most part, there is some good acting. I got no issues with Ewan's acting, or the chick from Game of Thrones. Her acting is on point, but and a lot of people talk about the bait and switch thing. That before the show even came, that there was going to be a bait and switch, and I was like, maybe, but after watching it, I totally see it's a total bait and switch because it's not really focused on Kenobi. It's focused more on Leia, and it's focused more on Reva. And Obi-Wan is like a side character in his own show. And we've gotten very little Darth Vader. We've had one short interaction between Obi-Wan and Vader. And I've always been in the camp of they should not meet at all during this time period at all. Their last meeting was Revenge of the Sith, and they don't meet again until A New Hope. I've always been on that side of things. Other people don't have an issue with it. I personally do. The thing about Star Wars is a lot of people have their own headcanon, and they live in their own headcanon, me included. So what I really hate doesn't work for me. Other people might not have any issue with it. There might be some things that I have no issue with that other people are like livid over. That's just the way it is within the Star Wars fandom. But I had some bit of hope for this show because I'm like, Ewan McGregor is coming back as Obi-Wan. Vader's going to be in it. How can you screw this up? But again, it's Disney.
Hold my beer.
So I was like, I literally was like, I really feel that this has the potential of being the Last Jedi for prequel fans. And so far, a lot of prequel babies that I've spoken with, that's how they're feeling about it. So, and the guy who they got to write it didn't even know that Obi-Wan knew that Anakin was Darth Vader. He didn't even watch Revenge of the Sith. His writing credits are...
Who wrote this?
Joby Harold, a guy named Joby Harold. If you look him up on IMDb, his writing credits are minimal. And then, of course, the Lucasfilm story group was also involved. This was not a project that was helmed by Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau, who, of course, is doing Mandalorian and Ahsoka. So they got completely different people involved in this project. Deborah Chow, I really liked her as a director in the Mandalorian episode that she directed, which was the prison ship that they went to. I thought
Episode
she did
6 of
yeah,
season
it
1.
was it was probably one of my favorite episodes in season 1, and I thought she did a great job. So I had some hope in her as a director. But after seeing it so far, I mean, we're 4 episodes in, and this is only a 6-episode series, and I just don't see there being enough time to salvage this at all. Another thing, Obi-Wan leaves Tatooine to go run around and go rescue Leia. That's not his responsibility. His responsibility is to look after Luke. During this whole time, no one's looking after Luke. He could be killed, captured, whatever. Obi-Wan's not there. They deconstructed his character. He's a weak pussy ass bitch in the show who doesn't use the Force anymore. Buried his lightsaber in the sand like Rey in the sequel trilogy. Even if he wanted to protect Luke, what's he gonna do? You know, run towards people and yell at him and say, "Get away!" I mean, it's just everything about the show and what they're doing with these characters just does not make sense. For the people that are enjoying this and loving it, I have a hard time understanding why. You know, and I'm very open-minded. I listen to a lot of people that I disagree with to get different perspectives, to be like, you know, am I missing something here? Am I wrong? Like, I don't live in an echo chamber or follow the crowd of the hate mob, you know, just to get hate clicks or trash on stuff. Coach and I really wanted to love this show. I'd much rather be praising this show than hating on it, and, you know, really looking forward to the next episode each week. And that's just not the case at all. So yeah, it all in all, it's a complete, utter dumpster fire and a major disappointment. And there's going to be a ton more people that are going to drop off of the Star Wars bandwagon after this.
Well, it's done such a disservice to the character. And you know, you talked about not being like the hugest fan of the prequels. Did you see this, Nick? Did you see this comment? Coach's Archives. I'm unsubbing from Echo Base Network. This dude is nuts.
I did not.
Good evening, the lovely Sherry. I gotta Sherry, baby. There you go.
Lovely Sherry.
There's some. Use some Frankie Valley. We do some Frankie. There was like 4. We sang that Sherry by Frankie Valley. We didn't even do any Stevie Wonder. You know, the My Sherry Amore. That didn't even pop into my head at that point. What up, 24 Eyes? Hail. Well, but another channel member up in here. All right, so. Yeah, I love the prequels, and Ewan McGregor is one of my favorite parts of the prequels as Obi-Wan. Even as bad as Attack of the Clones is, and yeah, man, he is. He's the saving grace of that trilogy. He really is in a lot of parts. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely, darling.
Why do we care about Obi-Wan Kenobi? He spoiler alert, he dead. So like, why are we talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi? Like, do we really care what happened between one Star Wars movie and the other Star Wars movie when we know he dead?
Well, for fans, I will say this. For fans of this series, Obi-Wan is a beloved character, and anytime we could get more Obi-Wan while he's alive, people are going to be for it. You know, I was for this show.
But Nick, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
He dead.
Yeah, that doesn't matter though.
Liar!
Everybody knows he's dead. Everybody knows Darth Vader's dead, but people still love the prequels and seeing that journey to that point. A lot of people had a lot of questions. What was Obi-Wan doing during this 19-20 year time period between episode 3
He was
and
being a
episode 4?
Jedi. He was being a
Well,
Jedi.
Obviously not, according
No,
to
he
Disney.
wasn't. No, Disney emasculated him. This is so bad. I need another edible.
No, but
but
the thing, like, he's supposed to be able to. He's supposed to learn how to contact Qui-Gon. He's supposed to learn from Qui-Gon how to become a Force ghost after he dies, whenever that will be.
Happen.
He's supposed to look after Luke, look after the kind of the surrounding area to make sure that nothing really happens to Luke and his family and the moisture farms and everything. I know in the EU he ends up fighting. What's his name, Asharid Het, and killing him after he goes back to his Tusken Raider clan, and he started pretty much just talking shit and was kind of a threat, so he took him out. And that's later he becomes Darth Krayt. But like, it's just kind of crazy how he has such a simple job, even though he has to pretty much, it's a survival thing at this point. And the show could have been very simple, but yet they had to do a very exuberant amount of unnecessary shit. And it's just,
they made it about Leia. They made it about Leia. They made it about Reva. They now it's Tala, I think that's her name, and it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Obi-Wan's mission, his one job, was to, like you said, learn how to communicate with Qui-Gon through the Force, and then protect Luke at all costs. Not, hey, go on this whole adventure, six episodes. This show's about Obi-Wan protecting Luke on Tatooine. We've seen Luke for 3 seconds, I think, in the entire show.
Yeah, no speaking lines.
No.
I mean, see, with the Darth Vader thing, the prequels, it made sense to me, even though we know the fate of Anakin Skywalker. I like the prequels, I guess, and I'm okay with them because it was like, well, when you find out who Darth Vader was and it ties everything together, now everyone was like, well, how the hell did we come to this? Like, how did Luke Skywalker's father become like the big baddie? So that story was interesting to see that, like, he wasn't always like that. So we got to see how he became Darth Vader. Whereas like Obi-Wan, like, he didn't change. He wasn't changed as a character. He has always been a Jedi. He, all we are seeing is, I guess, more to the story of. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're seeing now. And to me, it's like, for me personally, even though I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, I get what Nick's saying because he is. For me personally, I'm just like, I already, with little knowledge of the Star Wars universe that I have, am like, I know who Obi-Wan Kenobi is. I liked the character. He is a beloved character, even for non-major Star Wars fans. But at the same time, I feel like I don't care. Like, I don't care what Obi-Wan was doing with Princess Leia, with Luke. Like, it's cool and all, but I don't care because I know that his fate has been sealed, and I don't know if anything he's done in between those movies is going to really kind of move forward to what's to come. You get what I'm saying? Like, is any of the stuff he's doing in his story, his own show, going to impact the Star Wars universe moving forward? Because if not, then I don't care to see it.
It should just enhance what's come before it and what comes after it. That's really the only purpose of telling a story in between two other stories, is really just to enhance it. This does none of that.
No.
And to maybe kind of give you a better understanding or kind of think it out in your own head, Saggy. Like tell me who is your favorite rapper that's dead right now?
Tupac.
Okay. Would you want to hear another unreleased Tupac album of songs that you've never heard before?
No, because I'll know it's not Tupac.
No. If he recorded all these songs and all these mixes and did all this stuff and it was lost and it was dug up and found, would you want him to release it? Would you want to hear it? It is him. Before he died, he recorded it, full album. You'd
I mean,
want to hear
yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, I don't want
Yes.
to hear it. Yeah.
So this is sort of the same thing with Kenobi. Everybody knows he's dead, but everybody loves him, and we want to see that time. A lot of people want to see that time period in between these two stories because there was such a big, huge gap in time. So it makes for an interesting concept, but the people running it just don't know what they're doing.
The execution is botched.
Yeah, and the writing.
Oh, absolutely.
And the character development.
Pretty much everything to do with the character. In this episode really showcased that because he's so weak with his connection to the Force that he couldn't move an object that was 3 feet from him across the table. But later on, he could, make a noise distraction, which was a callback to A New Hope, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you had him holding the water at bay as the window cracked inside that bay.
Yeah, millions of gallons of water. And,
he's holding that at bay with the Force, his connection to the Force. But
he's supposed to be cut off.
He couldn't slide a pen, more than 2 inches across the table less than, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So it was... they broke every it makes no sense. The writing is nonsensical at best. And this is my question to you. I want to ask Nick, I want to ask you this, and Cody too, because you are a prequel fan. Saggy, I don't know if you're into the prequels at all. And given it's Obi-Wan and what they did with him in Rebels with Darth Maul, what would you have said? And it's not going to happen. I'm just, kind of pontificating here on the what if part of this. If they had him and Darth Maul face off, again in the kind of a la the was it Rebels they did that in, or is it Clone Wars?
It was Rebels.
Rebels, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
as long as they don't do it like they did it with Cad Bane and Boba Fett. That was a disappointment. Even I was like, everyone was excited, like, oh, Cad Bane, we're gonna have the showdown of the century, and then all of a sudden it was over in like 2 minutes, and you're just like, well, that was not as hyped up as I expected it to be. That was like such a lack.
Yeah,
I thought the look of Cad Bane was good. I did.
I didn't have any issue with that.
I thought the look was good. The CG, it really looked good for a TV show. I was kind of impressed with it. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give credit where it's due. That looked good, and there was things in the show that looked absolutely dreadful, but that looked very good.
I'm just like, it's like we have so much stuff for Star Wars that's readily available for everyone to read, listen to, and collect, and I don't understand Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy and these people that she keeps hiring. I don't understand their fascination with treating Jedi and people that know the Force as if it's like they learned math when they were younger, and then they became older, and now they just can't remember how to do math. And that's kind of like how they treat the Force. It's like, it's like, I don't understand how the Force isn't something you just learned. It's also a part of you. So how their obsession with making Jedi just completely cut off and then just give up completely. Like it's really fascinating how they can take really cool characters like Luke and Obi-Wan and just like, oh, they easily just gave up. They just, I don't know. Let's just write down they got depressed. Okay, cool. Well, they still didn't forget how to use the Force. And they also, why would Obi-Wan bury his lightsaber? Or Anakin's? Why?
Right.
Does he still have to defend himself? Yes.
Well, isn't the Force isn't the Force used on because they're supposed to give up attachments so they can have more focus to use the Force. And isn't it so the Force is kind of based on emotion. So I feel like it would, in a sense, kind of make sense if a Jedi is having feelings or emotions about something and is depressed, that they would kind of lose that tap into their the Force because they're having emotions, which is hindering them to use their powers. So that to me makes sense if we're going by the logic of how the Force works, especially with the Jedis, how they focus it and channel it, which is to have no emotional attachment. If they're feeling some type of way, then they're going to lose their ability to tap into the Force. So that does make sense to me.
Well, from a
it's
feeling
just like-
standpoint, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, from a feeling standpoint, the other reason behind that is because they don't want them to have attachments, or I mean, all Jedi have feelings. They feel happiness, anger, sadness, whatever, but they don't want them to have these attachments and stuff because then that leads to fear of loss, and fear leads to the dark side. And they put all these stipulations on them and restrictions on them because they don't want them to end up turning and going over to the dark side.
And one of the
Right.
big flaws with the Jedi Order was that
Yeah.
Jedi can still have attachments and stuff like that, but you still have to kind of teach yourself to be able to balance,
And
being
not
on
be
the
afraid
light
to
side.
lose
Right.
what you
And-
love.
Yeah, you have
and
to.
that's why
Yoda says
when I
that in the
saw right, and that's why when I started watching the new Star Wars shows and everything like that, like people would have arguments with me about it because they'd be more into Star Wars. I'm like, well, it makes sense if you're thinking about how the Force is utilized by Jedi and how they practice, being a Jedi, which is like, if you have a Jedi, like for instance, Luke Skywalker, who literally had the most mental effed up stuff happen to him. Like he found out that he had a sister. He found out the big bad guy he was trying to stop was his father. He lost all of the people he was close to. He lost Obi-Wan. He lost Yoda.
Lost his hand.
Right. He lost his hand. Like he had a lot of messed up stuff happen. And same with Anakin. Like Anakin was pretty messed up too. So I'm like, it makes sense that when Luke, everyone was talking about how Luke was in the Boba Fett show. And like, when you have a Jedi who just got thrown into this war and found out, his father, he died saving him. Like he went through a lot of trauma. So he has to struggle with those feelings, which is what Jedi aren't supposed to, have, is certain feelings that make them go to the dark side. So it does, like I said, when it makes sense to me, if a Jedi has gone through some trauma, which is crazy that Jedis fight in wars basically, and they don't have any PTSD or trauma, like they have to push that down. But you have somebody like Obi-Wan who fought wars and he was a badass Jedi. Of course he's gonna have to, I'm glad that they sometimes show somebody like Obi-Wan being vulnerable in a sense, because it makes sense to his story. He's a Jedi, he's a badass Jedi, but he's now going through shit because he saw a lot of stuff, and it's like his Padawan became fucking evil. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like there's a lot going on with Obi-Wan, so I can't be mad at the writing with that one, because it's like, dude, your Padawan became an evil person. He killed a bunch of friggin' younglings, dude. Like he murdered kids and stuff. And that was on your watch, bro. So of course Obi-Wan's gonna feel some type of way.
Well, it's also like if you watch at the end of Revenge of the Sith, how Obi-Wan, how collective he is after the fight with Anakin, after everything's gone down with the last like 24 hours of the Jedi getting mostly wiped out. Like he's still collected, and he's still able to make rational decisions, and he's still able to,
act and think.
he's still able to take upon the duty of taking Luke and taking him to Tatooine and pretty much just making this huge life decision of, all right, I gotta drop everything that I've ever known. Most of it's gone. I gotta protect this boy, who's pretty much my nephew, and like you have to look after him and his family now. And like as difficult as all of that was, like Obi-Wan's been through a lot of hardship throughout his life, and
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Right. But yeah, like he can handle all of that, and I'm not saying like he shouldn't be depressed like parts of the show, but
absolutely.
The big issue with it is just like, why is he having these side missions that have literally nothing to do with Luke?
they've sidelined, but they've mostly sidelined him and made him a secondary character to Tala now, who is doing everything that he can't. She's she that like I said, it's nothing against the actress either. And then you've got Reva's character, who is just why I don't know. The Inquisitors, to me, having went back and watched a little bit of Rebels to get a better picture of them.
They're so shoehorned in. Oh my god.
Yeah, having her kill the Grand Inquisitor literally made no sense whatsoever. What I do appreciate about this is having James Earl Jones doing the voice for Darth Vader. You know what I mean? Like, that, to me, I do. Like, I'm a sucker for Darth Vader. He's one of my favorite characters out of any franchise. And he's just iconic.
He's getting older too, so like.
Oh, James Earl Jones, he's up there in his 70s.
Wait, did they get James Earl Jones to do voice?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say if they didn't, I would have been like, all right, y'all, what are y'all doing? That's a missed opportunity, and I'm freaking nuts. Like, how can you not get him to come back?
They actually use a mixture between his voice and Hayden Christensen's voice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's nice. That's
I still don't like it. I still don't like Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker.
Yep. James Earl Jones is 91 years old.
Oh my God! Really?
God
I thought he was
bless
in his 70s. Yeah, that man is a
91.
treasure.
Yep, he just turned 91 this past January 17th. He was born
That's
in
my birthday.
1931. Oh wow!
Was he the next Betty White?
And Betty White as well.
White? Jeez.
Oh, don't say that. You don't jinx
He's gonna beat her record.
Don't jinx him. Please tell him not to give him the cover of People magazine ever.
Damn, 91. God bless him, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He came back to reprise the role. That's awesome. That's awesome that they got him back in 91, still active. There you go.
And he can still do the fucking voice. I mean, think about like.
Well, that was his actual speaking voice.
But it's just the inflection, though. You know what I mean? It's everything is on point. Of course they do the synthesize it and everything.
Yeah, they process it.
Oh yeah, it gets.
But his voice still sounds strong though.
Yeah,
that's it. It doesn't sound like feeble, it's not too artificial, even with the the processing that does get done to it to give it that effect. It doesn't. But you'd be able to tell if it was like I'm Darth Vader. They're like, no, Pop, you're not. You're not fooling anybody, Sleepy Joe. We know what you're. Hey, Corn Pop was a bad dude. No, but. I did like now I don't like the fight with Vader and Obi-Wan from episode 3. I thought that was absolutely fucking dreadful. I thought that whole sequence was ridiculous. So the Force doesn't work. And no, they're on the mining planet. When he
in
him.
The show episode 3.
in the show
Oh, I was like,
no, not Revenge of the Sith. I fucking love that movie. Like that is Revenge of the Sith is my third favorite Star Wars movie, dude. I love that movie.
How jacked up was that in that third episode though with Vader, like letting Obi-Wan just escape because there was some flame that he literally just put out with the Force like 2 seconds before that.
Yeah. Like, so now the Force doesn't work through a fire. Like what? Like
magic.
Huh? Yeah.
That's not how the Force works.
So question. So I heard that Hayden Christensen is interested and would be down to do a Darth Vader show.
I mean, I don't know what they're going to use him for because they got other actors in the suit most of the time in the show. I think they literally brought Hayden Christensen on for marketing purposes.
Yep.
He showed up for one scene so far, which we got 2 episodes left, so we might see actual more Hayden Christensen. But we've literally seen Hayden once on screen during this whole first 4 episodes for a brief moment, and that was it. And then he was in the suit walking when they were doing some close-up shots of him on that 3rd episode. But all the other scenes with them fighting and all that was freaking stunt actors and stuff in there. So he's really not even needed. They really don't even need him for Vader at all in the show. It is literally a marketing thing.
Well,
in my
can I ask you
opinion.
another question, Nick, and everybody on the panel?
Hmm.
If they wanted to go forward and do a Clone Wars live action show, would you guys watch it?
No,
Oh,
With the
'cause there's no
people
need for
doing
it.
it, yeah.
Like they've already covered all of it through like animation. Like there's two Clone Wars shows. There's the Samurai Jack version, and
Mhm.
then there's the other George Lucas one
Yep.
for Cartoon Network. And
Yep.
really, I mean, with those two shows together, I think that's a lot of Clone Wars. And
And then the
just doing a live
continuation of
action
it.
show will just, I think, in my opinion, just like this Obi-Wan show, just take the importance away and the
Yeah.
significance from everything. So
Then you got the Bad Batch, which is a continuation from the Clone Wars.
I didn't
Yeah.
watch any of that.
I didn't either, but
It's bad. Actually, the first 1 or 2 episodes of Bad Batch was good. I was like, man, I think I actually might like this show. This is like, I mean, it was like troopers like taking out unarmed civilians. Like it was kind
Okay.
of dark, and I was like, wow, I this is actually kind of cool. Then they freaking put in the Disney princess character with Omega, the little clone girl who is always rescuing them and saving the day for these elite special forces unit clone troopers who automatically become dumb once she comes around and she has to save the day every time. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this show? I hate this character. Why is she even here? This is dumb. And I was completely checked out once she came in.
A female clone?
That's
yeah. Who's
Wait,
Boba Fett's sister.
How?
Yeah, how does that work?
Exactly. Who knows?
life finds a way.
Yeah. I'm like, how can there be a female clone? It's not a clone at that point in time.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
That's
The
Django's
clones,
kid at this point.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, they cloned Django Fett. Django Fett
Disney-fied.
wasn't a woman. Disney-fied. Yeah. Well, what they didn't tell you was Django transitioned and but then he transitioned back to make more clones. But he made one female clone, and here she is. She's the bestest ever.
believe all clones.
Yeah, and she
Believe all
was
clones.
She was the bestest ever in that show, rescuing these elite special forces guys that are trained military special forces unit, and she's like a kid, and she's like freaking saving the day left and right, and then she gets in trouble, and then they gotta go rescue her, and then she's helping and I'm just like, oh god, this is so dumb. Like this show was off to such a good start, and then they interject this nonsense character in here that I absolutely despise and hate, and then it just was all downhill.
That's sad. That's sad. Like this show, like this episode in particular, episode 4, there was so much wrong with this that I'm like, I feel like I should have like taken notes scene by scene. Like,
because there's so much.
Yeah, it was like, where do I even start? Where do I even start with this? You've got, why is he still like, why is Leia, I don't know, like why is Leia the way she is? Like why are we even, when did she ever get kid? I don't know.
She shouldn't even be in the show.
No, this is supposed,
if she's in the show, just make it strictly Bail Organa and his wife and Leia, and just have a scene with them.
Yes,
and just make it quick. Like you don't have to keep dragging this whole Leia thing on. At
They
the
are
beginning
now.
of episode 4, it has Leia sending a message to Obi-Wan saying that you used to work with my father, as in the sense of I never knew you, but my parents do. Can you help us? Assuming that she doesn't even know him, and now it's like, oh, well,
it's a
she would
retcon.
obviously, she would obviously know that who he is, but you know.
They're coming out with the friggin' Knights of the Old Republic show.
Supposedly,
They're gonna talk about Darth Revan.
It's gonna be Darth Revan.
Yeah, who
Wait,
knows?
so did they did they make it canon that Darth Revan was male?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
He's
I
fluid.
have no idea. I don't play any of the games.
Well, in the games, you can be female or male, and then obviously, spoiler alert, you find out that the character you made was Darth Revan the whole time, but you can be female or male. But I think they said that they made it canon that Revan was male.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
He's male.
Oh, hey, we got hail Silicone Dave. Says hail all, good to be here again. Well, good to have you, Silicone Dave. And oh, we got a $5 super sticker from Nick. I gotta go. What is it? I can't see it.
Yeah,
What is it?
StreamYard
Oh,
doesn't show
keep it
the
up.
stickers.
Okay.
It only shows on
I'm looking.
YouTube.
All right, it's a little bird going, keep it up. And he's like curling. He's like curling weights. He's got a little headband on. He's working. Or is that a pear or a bird?
It's a pear.
I don't know. It's a pear. Okay.
It's a teal pear.
It's a teal pear. All right. All right. So for $5, Nikki D, thank you. First of all, thank you. We appreciate it. We really do. Let's see. What are we going to give you? We got super chat bumpers. I got to make some new ones though. But you know what? I feel like unleashing the Loja to. I feel like Robert Loja is gonna pay Billy's mom Grace a visit, and I'm not talking about you, Grace Randolph. So for $5 Loja bucks, here's Robert Loja.
Yeah.
And I'm not drinking it.
Who would you believe?
Robert Loja? Calcium.
We'll beat you like a Cherokee drop.
Try some new Minute Maid orange tangerine. It's got calcium.
Then I'm not drinking it.
Oh, no, it's sweet. You'll like it.
I don't believe you.
Well, then who would you believe?
I don't know, Robert Loja. Whoa, Robert Loja.
Billy, your mother's right. New Minute Maid orange tangerine tastes great. It's got as much calcium as milk.
If you say so, Mr. Loja.
Yeah.
This is great.
Enjoy your breakfast.
New Minute Maid orange tangerine with calcium.
Yeah.
Try some new Minute Maid orange tangerine.
Billy, your mother's right.
Do not go gentle into that good night.
Then I'm not drinking it. This is great. If you say so. Darn it,
I really liked him in Over the Top.
Oh, dude, yes. I always talk about that movie. I was like, yeah, Robert Loja was the evil stepdad and Over the Top, but remember his henchman was Terry Funk.
Yeah. Robert Loja.
Robert L for look, it's Robert Loja. Oh,
is he still alive?
Oh,
or is he
no, he passed away. He passed. I think. Wait. I don't know. Wait, no. Wait. I gotta look it up now. No, I'm not sure.
I didn't know if he was pushing Betty White numbers or what.
It's one of the top.
Yeah, he died in 2015.
2015. Oh, damn. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Robert Loja. Now he's a vampire, though. Robert Loja was a vampire.
He would have been a really good character in like a Zoolander movie.
Oh, sorry. I was reading up about Revan.
Oh, okay.
Because I actually like that game.
A lot of people do, and they're in the process of remaking it. It's gonna be like a remake.
So apparently in the books, so what they made canon, and this is why I bring it up because I was looking at it because I'm like, I want to see Revan in a show. But the story they went with is that Revan is male, and they're going with the light side storyline where Revan started off as a Sith Lord, or started off as Jedi, became a Sith Lord, got amnesia, and chose the light side of the Force at the end of it all, and is now combating the Empire. So that's why I was reading up on it. Cause I'm like, yeah, that was a really good story arc for Darth Revan, and Darth Revan would be my favorite Star Wars character. Cause I enjoyed playing. That was a really freaking good storyline.
The writers under Lucas were top notch. The EU was great. The writers we got that Disney's getting for this it's a complete shit show over there.
It's just like all the good writers just suddenly lost their jobs.
Yeah,
and for some reason they can't get jobs anywhere in Hollywood for the most part, and it's just so weird. Like we had like the writers that Lucas had that not only worked with him for the movies, but also worked for the comics, the novels, and the video games. And I mean, it's just like like I said earlier, they laid out everything for this company when Disney took over, and they still choose to not use any of it. But they do choose to
gold.
They pick and choose little things, but they even botch those. So it's just makes no sense how they can't just take something and run with it. But whatever.
Yeah, you can't. I've never, like I said, I've never played any of the games, any of the new games. I have no frame of reference. Um, I don't know. I was gonna say I watched one of my buddies, one of my coworkers play it one time. We were hanging out over his house, but I can't. I almost said exactly what was going. I was like, no, I can't. I can't say that on YouTube. Never mind what we were partaking in at the time, but I won't say that on YouTube because my kids, my little badass middle schoolers have been jumping into the streams. They've been in the chat a couple times. Yeah, dude. A couple of my what are they? Seventh graders? Yeah, like 3 of them. So
12,
now
13, 14-year-olds.
like 12-year-olds, yeah. So now I come into school and they're like, "It's me, baby." I'm like, "Oh God." So they have
Lloyd.
yep. Dude, on the playground the other day, my kid did it. Ryan's one kid's name. He runs over to Trey's like, "Trey," he goes, "Do the voice," and Trey's like, "It's me, baby." I'm like, "Oh God." And then he was like, I'm like, "Don't, we're in school, don't say it. Don't say it." I'm like, "I told you that's at home, not around mom."
Wah, 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 wah.
And he did it because we were watching this special on TV called Something Bit Me. It's like on, was it Nat Geo or something? It's like on, I think it's on Disney or whatever. Like it's on their streamer, It's like a series, of all these people getting like bitten in the wild and shit. And this dude got stung by some like rare kind of jellyfish. A box jellyfish. That's what it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, got zapped by, and they thought it was a Portuguese man of war.
Holy shit.
And they had to treat his pain. And he's like, the only thing they gave me that worked was fentanyl. And Trey, without missing a beat, goes, "It's fentanyl, baby." I'm like, oh. and she turned and she looked at me. She just did this. I'm sitting in my recliner over here to the side. She goes like this. She just.
Oh man.
And just fucking looked at me, and he's over there just cracking up, and I'm like, yeah, terrible thing he just said. God damn it.
Vinny's in the chat. He said Fallen Order was good. They went back to LucasArts, and the ranch studied everything. They used LucasArts for that? I thought that was EA as well.
Yeah, no, Fallen Order was EA. And so Lucas Arts has part of a division has come back, and it's called I think it's Lucas Gaming is what it's titled now. They're not actually making any games, but I think they're kind of being the central point for all the companies that they are allowing to make games for Star Wars. I don't know.
So
We're actually in the process
with companies.
Yeah. On like story arcs and that sort of stuff. So Disney is actually going to still have their grubby little hands in the gaming side of it. We're actually in the process of doing a Rise and Fall LucasArts documentary.
Ooh.
That,
all right.
Where we'll hit on a lot of that stuff. So,
see, I could talk Star Wars, even though I'm not a huge Star Wars fan.
You like the game, though?
I did. I love the game. I played like that was one of the very few games, those MMORPGs that I've actually completed. That's how much I had fun with that game. Like that was a game that I just wanted to see because the story was so good, and even though the mechanics were actually not too bad. But yeah, that's the only game that I actually finished.
TIE Fighter was my favorite.
I've never played that one.
PC. A fan actually remade it. It's called like TIE Fighter Reimagined, I think. And you can actually download it for free. He redid all the missions in the original game with all up-to-date graphics for today.
Oh, that's awesome.
But there's a process of installing it in different file packages you got to get. And I couldn't get the damn thing to work on my computer.
Damn.
But we had the guy who created it on our channel and interviewed him. and it
Nice.
looks awesome.
Sweet. See that I wanna play like old games like that. I'd
Yeah.
bring some memories back. My favorite
old-
games are, I would say, like the old Battlefront games, and then the Kyle Katarn series,
Oh yeah.
Outcast and Academy, and all
Yep.
that.
Yep. Same here. I loved all those Mysteries of the Sith, and all started with Dark Forces.
Oh, such a
See,
great
I-
game.
You know what
The
Star Wars
only-
game I hated?
Bombad
there was a-
Racing.
What is
Yoda
that?
stories.
Was it the Battlefront?
Yoda
wasn't,
stories.
wasn't Battlefront the one where it was like basically Call of Duty but Star Wars?
No. Republic
Battlefront?
Commando.
No, there was a Star Wars game where it's basically like Call of Duty, but you play Jedis and Siths, and like it was really
That's in
like,
Battlefront, the new Battlefront.
yeah, that's I think I played that, and I hated it because of the controls were god awful, and then on top of that, like the whole big thing is randomly at some point they'll drop like a major character, like they'll drop Luke Skywalker or they'll drop Darth Vader on the battlefield, and like they are overpowered as
Oh yeah.
fuck.
Yeah,
and
that,
like
that's
every
Battlefront
player,
2.
yeah, every player who is on the team has to literally just go in on that special character that dropped to kill them. Otherwise,
gang
that
'em.
person's just murking you. It was annoying. I'm like, oh, here comes Darth Vader. Yeah, I'm gonna get points for killing Darth Vader. Oh, my weapons do barely anything. It just tickles him. And everybody's fighting everybody else. I'm like, oh, maybe we should focus on this motherfucker coming at us. But no, it was not that great of a game. It had potential, but no.
The
The issue
original
with the new-
Battlefront games are the beloved ones.
Yeah, the old ones are the best. Like the new ones, they had they could have done really well with the very first one, and a lot of people were pissed because they didn't have like a class-based system where you can pick a sniper and pick a medic or something. It was just design one character and then you just play that same guy the whole time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
I feel like-
terrible. Like I didn't mind that, but it wasn't a Battlefront game. But
Imagine
the
Lego
second one-
Star Wars being the best games out there on console.
Star Wars
Lego
games
Star
used to
Wars
be the
series
best.
Mm. The Lego games seem to be fun. A lot of people enjoy those.
My
They,
nieces
like,
and nephews
remastered it and
love,
stuff, didn't
love
they?
the Lego games.
You know, ETAP has no idea what we're talking about when he mutes and he's like, I have no idea what they're talking about. He just pieced out his own stream. He's like, all right, this is a good time. Like when I pieced out when you guys started talking about Obi-Wan, he's like, all right, I'm gonna go get a drink now.
Dude, they used to have a game. It was a Star Wars Bombad Racing. It was like around when episode 1 came out. And
Yeah.
it's like Mario Kart for Star Wars.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
that
much
came out on PS1, didn't it?
PS1. I got it for PS2. It might have only been PS2. I can't remember.
It might
but
have.
I got it for PS2.
That was so long ago. Yeah, it might have been PS2.
Might have been. Yay. Where were we supposed to play a game? Where did ETAP go? He left so quickly. He's like, they're talking about games I haven't played them out. So how you guys been aside from,
Working, vacating, trip planning, doing videos, watching
I'm
this
back.
terrible Kenobi show.
I see.
Staying
I'm
busy,
back.
staying busy.
All right, we're done with the gaming talk, ETAP. You don't gotta leave your own
No,
stream. 'cause of us.
I put in the private chat. I was like, hang on, I gotta step across the hall for a second.
Oh, I
That's
see
that's
it now.
code. That's code.
Gotta go make
That's
it
code for I don't know what you guys are talking about. Bye.
I look. I drank a lot. I've drank a lot of wine, and I've drank like 120 ounces of water today. I had to step out for a second.
Oh, he had us drain the snake.
That's right. I did.
Yeah.
I did. So no, I was listening though, and I haven't played the. I played the pod racing game. That was like I remember. I got so frustrated playing that fucking game on N64.
They remastered it.
Did they?
You can get it on the Switch. Yeah.
I think you can get it on
so-
Steam too.
I need to just start a Steam account because I'm never gonna buy a new. I shouldn't say never because Trey is getting to the point now where he's still like because we play like the retro consoles and stuff because I still have my original Genesis and N64 and all that shit, and I got the NES Classic and a PS2. I've got two N64s. I mailed one to Jeff Hicks. I sent him an
wow,
N6.
nice.
I sent him an N64, a controller, and a copy of WCW Revenge because I had two.
Dang.
I said, you're not getting my second copy of No Mercy. I play both copies of No Mercy because all my creator wrestlers. No, because I still play that, and I play Legend of Zelda. I'm not like a huge, like, Tony can tell you anything about I just played the first game. Like this, I tried the second one. The second one brought me to tears as a kid multiple times to where I just rage quit that bitch.
I actually took a copy of a PS1 copy of WCW Thunder to Jay from the Game Chasers at Retropalooza in Houston this last week, and because he didn't have a copy of it, but it was probably one of my favorite wrestling games.
Dude, I'm gonna turn my camera
was WCW Thunder on PS1.
That is a great fucking game, Nick. I found actually a notebook I wrote down with a bunch of like the things to unlock characters in it, and actually here is my original copy right here.
Oh yeah, yep, there it is.
I don't know where the face went, but it's the back, it's the original case for it and everything.
Yeah, Raven was one of my favorite video clips.
Oh,
pick me, pick someone else. I don't care. Quote the Raven nevermore.
Yep. Even Hogan sounded like he did his over the phone for that game. You know what I mean? It was
Can
bad.
I call into this?
Right, dick. I got the kid. He likes playing GoldenEye. Now, I beat GoldenEye. Stop chewing on the cord, you fat bastard.
I'm sorry. I'm hungry. Damn, it looks like spaghetti.
The freaking cat is in here, and Big Meech is in here, and he's chewing on my. He comes in if I don't pay attention to him, he'll chew on my cord. He comes in, he bangs on the door. You can usually hear him on camera banging on the door. He wants to come in. I let him in, then he gets pissed and wants to leave. So, all 27 pounds of fucking fury, but. No, I've totally lost my train of thought and just derailed. We were going to play the quiz, but I just decided, you know what? We were having a good conversation. I said, we'll forsake the quiz tonight. Uh-oh. Well, come on in. You're here. Hang on. No, we have another guest appearance.
Just one thing.
No. Come here. Leave that. I'll take care of this. Thank you, though, son. Come here. All right, let's move. Boom. Here. Come here. You're not guest appearance.
Trey.
Hello.
Hello, Trey.
Sup, dog?
Nick.
Is that Tails?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. I thought so.
Tails is flying in the victory.
And of course, he hits me in the nose.
So did he see Sonic 2?
Yeah, we took him opening day to see it.
Did he like it?
Did you like it?
Did you like Sonic 2?
A million punches dad knows, yes.
That's a yes.
Act like this is Robotnik and this is Tails.
See, this is the abuse I take right here. So, are we gonna go see Jurassic World? You gonna go see that with us this weekend? No, you're not. You're going to Nana's. We won't go see it then.
No, we are.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, guess what? My dad bought me 4 of the Mandalorian figures.
I bought the 3 3/4. I don't have the figures in here, but I have the cartons for them. They're in my Ecto. I just bought the Ecto one the other day. Hey, close the door.
What, did you get them at Target?
Walmart. I was
Really?
at Walmart.
Yeah, my Walmart here doesn't have jack. Target's always got the best toys.
Yeah, so I got Boba Fett. He's gonna go get them because I bought Boba Fett.
Man,
I got Mando.
I'm gonna have to go look for those.
I got Bo-Katan, and I got the armor. And I'm gonna go back tomorrow because I should have bought them today, but they had 2 Death Squad troopers. So, and we've already got like I think 10 or 12 of those. So I want to get these because they're a little bit. Oh, dude, I army build Cody. You know that.
Yeah.
You've seen my figure collection, dog.
I have. I
just
just hearing.
There's
10 Death Troopers. I was like, oh shit.
I went to the bodega by my house one day, and they had like a bunch of them. So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna clean them out. I'm gonna take all these. So I just walked up there. Me and the kid have done that a couple times where it's been like, they've got like 6 of these troopers. I'm like, is that it? Let's look through all the pegs. All right, fuck it, we'll take them all. You know, I did that with the HISS tanks. I got those blue GI Joe HISS tanks. They had 8 of them, and I put 5 of them in the cart. And the wife was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm buying these. I need these.
We need these toys, honey."
Right? It's like that meme with Taika Waititi and what's her name that played the Hela in
Thor?
Ragnarok.
Oh, Ragnarok, yeah.
Yeah. You know, where he's sitting there and he's like down on his knees and he's showing her the tablet and she's looking over his shoulder at it. It's like my sugar mama and me showing her the Star Wars Lego set I want, that meme. That's basically, you know. But
I actually saw 2 cool Lego sets when I was at Walmart the other day, because I always go to the toy section every time I go grocery shopping. They had the hallway scene from Mandalorian Chapter 16 with Luke and the Death Troopers there. And then they had Darth Vader's meditation chamber from his Super Star Destroyer. That was cool. And I was like, man, I actually wouldn't mind getting these and building these, but I'm like, do I really need to spend money on toys?
I do.
I was like,
I
walk
always
away.
do.
I don't have kids though, so
even if I didn't, I probably would, dude. I started collecting Star Wars like again the year before he was born. I got back into it.
Dad,
Yeah,
can
go
we
ahead.
talk about
Oh, okay. Go. Excuse me. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Wait, where's Tails?
I don't. You left him out there. Talk about the figures.
Punch Dad nose.
Oh, Jesus, help me, Rhonda.
So the first in the line you have is Mando. If you watch the show, you see how Mando is.
You gotta show the figure. Hold it up to the camera, Holmes.
that's Mando.
Ooh. He's actually here. Let me see him. Let me see him.
I know.
Oh. Yeah, he's got his. He's
got his jetpack.
Let me see it for a second. Let me see. Yeah, he's got his jetpack on. It's actually the head doesn't have. I mean, I really don't turn their heads even when we play with them. It's like,
excuse me.
I'll just leave it. What?
Are you talking out of turn?
Yo.
Stop. Or I'll beat you.
You talk about that thing. Oh yeah, I know her. You
Okay.
talk about Mando.
Go ahead. Show it off. You gotta show the figure, Holmes. Who's that?
That's cute.
The armor.
The armor.
He forgot the name.
The armor. I'll just call it the armor.
Yeah, she. It's cool.
You talk about. That's why I gave you Mando.
Mom's gonna get up and beat you and me both in a second if you don't hurry this up.
So this is the armor. This is really cool
Hey,
because.
you don't have to yell.
Huh?
You don't have to yell. Just talk.
This is really cool because
They can't see. You gotta hold it up.
fur right here is like actual fur.
Yeah, her. Here, let me see it. Her shawl, her shoulder covering is actually. Cool. I didn't think. I thought it. I did. Just looking at the package, I thought it would be plastic, but no, it's for. And Mando's cape is actually felt too, which is nice. And like I said, it's a bonus because he has this pack, and he came with his long rifle and his pistol, like his blaster. So.
And
nice.
so like.
Okay, go to Boba now because you got to go to bed.
Okay.
You got school tomorrow. It's your last day of school.
I wasn't done with her.
Oh well, we're done now. Come on, show Boba.
Here, you do Boba.
No, okay. I'm gonna mute, and you're gonna be out of here by the time the camera turns back on if you don't step it up.
To start in the episode that she was in, she killed like 8 stormtroopers.
Bo-Katan?
No, he's talking about the armor.
Oh, the armor.
You can't see her. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she comes with her hammer and like a pair of her big like pliers, the grips. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, Boba. They got Boba in the in his Mando looking gear. He doesn't his like his sight on top of his helmet doesn't move or anything. It's stationary. He's got his pack on. It's
they're made like the old original Kenner figures.
Yeah, absolutely. The packaging is exactly the same too.
I'm gonna have to go look for those.
Yep, and here's Bo. They got Bo-Katan. She actually doesn't look too bad either.
Oh,
They
that's
didn't
pretty
have,
cool.
yeah, they didn't have the other guy. She comes with like 2 pistols. But yeah, so that's
They're
the 4 of
blasters,
them.
Pete. God.
Blasters. Yeah, I keep calling them pistols. All right, you gotta say goodnight. You gotta go to bed.
Good night.
Good
And
night.
You're welcome. Good night, and you're welcome for showing you the toys.
All right,
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Say goodnight to Nick, Cody, and Saggy.
Bye, Nick, Cody, and Sally.
Good night.
Night, big
Saggy.
guy.
Night, buddy.
Night.
Love you.
Night, Trey. I was late. I had it muted. So I heard it. Did he call me Sally?
He was trying to say Saggy, but he kind of went and he kind of stumbled in the middle of it.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Whoop.
What a goofball. What a goofball. But yeah, so that's what I bought today for him.
He said, "You're welcome for showing you these."
Yep. He's like, yeah, I stayed up. I got up. Well, he's been in bed for like 4 hours at this point because I put him to bed at like 7, and I read him. I'm reading him Red Gaze's book Sunsworn at bedtime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, he's into it, man. We've been reading that now for I don't know, a couple weeks. We're about literally like 15 pages away from the end. So
What grade is he going into next year? Or this year?
Second.
Second?
He'll be in 2nd grade. Yep, his last day of school is tomorrow. So
Oh, okay, nice.
he's gonna be a 2nd grader. Dude, one of my memories today on Facebook came up, and it was him and I in our backyard back in like 2018 having a freaking lightsaber battle that I set to the Obi-Wan and Anakin music piece from Revenge of the Sith, the Duel on Mustafar. And it's him and I in the backyard, and I'm like filming it on my phone and like battling with him, and he like force pushes me at one point, so like I'm walking backwards with the camera, but I'm like filming him the whole time. So it was just funny, dude. He was like he could barely hold the lightsaber up.
He was a little dude, man.
I gotta
you saw that on Facebook.
Yeah.
I gotta enter. Does he or any of his friends like Disney Star Wars? Do they watch it and do they like the shows?
A couple kids in his class do because they know that he watches it with me. So they were talking about the Obi-Wan show today, actually. Because he came out of school, told me him and one of his friends were talking about it, and because his friend watched the episode this morning before school, and was kind of telling him about it. So we watched.
I'm guessing
it
they
tonight.
probably don't have the same critical eye as we do.
No.
Yeah.
No. He knows I hate The Last Jedi, and we don't watch it in this house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
Does
watch
he
The
like The Last
in this
Jedi?
house. Not particularly.
Okay.
He also doesn't like Captain Marvel. He calls her Captain Cat Lady.
He does. Cody knows that's a fact. He does. He calls her Captain. He called her that at school a couple times. We were talking about Marvel movies, and he goes, "Yeah, we don't like Captain Cat Lady." I'm like, boom, parenting win right there. You know what I mean? But when he's funny though. Like when we took him to see Black Widow, because I was like, I wanted to go see. I like the character. I'm like, I'm willing to give it a shot. When we took him to see it, he's sitting there and he's like, "Dad, Mom." We're like, "Yeah." He goes, "When is this gonna get good?" We're like, it should have came out 6 years ago, son. You tell me. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, my nieces and nephews were asking me all kinds of questions watching Book of Boba Fett in the first 3 episodes of Kenobi, and I'm just like, because I didn't tell them anything. I just wanted to get their actual reaction.
Yep.
My 15-year-old niece was like, "Who is this Reva person? She is not a good actor." And I was like, "Wow, okay, that's actually what's being said about her, And so I literally told them nothing. They don't watch YouTube. They don't read the news or any of that. And so I just wanted to kind of get their actual reaction. And then my brother-in-law watching Kenobi, he's like, "Man, the freaking woman power in this thing. It's like Boba Fett's like being told what to do every time." And so they were catching on to a lot of that. not being in, the know of the YouTube space and reading up on entertainment news and the controversy stuff. So it was funny that they were actually picking up on that stuff themselves as well.
Yeah, that's kind of how my friend group is. They'll like, because they know I'm like the big Star Wars guy in the group, and they'll be like, "What do you think about like such and such?" And I'm just like, "It's dog shit."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like,
Yep.
"Well, this, and this." And then they're like, "Yeah, I can see why you think that." I'm like, "It's a fact, but it's okay if you like it. It's fine."
Yeah.
I got into it with one of my actually it was my journalism teacher my senior year in high school. I got into it with him over The Last Jedi, and he's like, "Oh, so," I'm like, "What? What?" I was like, "What are you smoking, man?" I'm like, "I ain't in school no more. Just tell me, dog. Were you high the whole time you were teaching our class?" Because he used to be the one that have the two little hot cheerleaders sit on his lap in class, and he tried to kiss my sister when she was a senior. But I didn't bring that into the argument. I was like, "Hey, you're just some fucking creepy weird teacher, you dick." But I didn't. I was like, "That explains why I likes The Last Jedi." Boom, baby. Fucking gotcha, motherfucker.
Yeah, a good buddy of mine who's plays music and stuff and is always out on the road playing shows and stuff. He called me before he went and saw The Rise of Skywalker and was like, so what'd you think? I was like, God, dude, it was god awful. The movie was terrible. He calls me after him and his wife go and see it, and he's like, dude, what are you talking about? That movie was awesome.
The Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah. And I was like, okay. If you say so.
Must like sport, space horses and stupid shit.
Space horses running on the deck of a Star Destroyer.
Oh,
as
so
they're
dumb.
As they're leaving the atmosphere. They fly now? They fly now. They fly now. My goodness. No, that I went into that movie, into the theater, like I said, with my mom. Me and my mom and my sister, this before I quit talking to my communist sister. So we went to see that with my mom, and I told my mom, I was like, "Mom, I've already read the leaks. I know what's gonna happen, and I'm just gonna warn you. I'm still gonna react very viscerally to this. Okay? It's like watching a loved one getting slaughtered before your eyes. After The Last Jedi, you didn't think it could hurt anymore. It still hurts. It still hurts watching that. And like I said, but we're there watching it, and yep, within I think a couple minutes of the movie starting, it's like me out loud going, "Motherfucker," in the theater, just like, "Are you?" People turn around, look at me. I'm just like, now mind you, I'm eating there, like I drove, mom's in the passenger seat, my sister's in the back, and I'm sitting there with these big ass square homemade edibles, just like eating it like it's fucking casual Friday. My mom's like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna need this. Trust me." I took 2 of them in the theater. I'm just sitting there eating big ass, like right. Actually, they were blueberry. I had blueberry edibles made. They were fucking delicious. But yeah, I ate like 3 of them during this movie, and I'm like, I was like, there was no possible way humanly I should have been able to physically get angry at that point, and that movie fucking made me. It made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me angry. It was like the whole spectrum. It didn't make me cry. If I did, truly, it would be because it was so fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But it didn't make any sense. Like the red stormtroopers was the worst marketing gimmick, and I love stormtroopers. I will buy, I got the first. I got I think 12 of the first order ones, just because I'm like, fuck it, they're stormtroopers. I'm gonna buy them. Yeah. I collect those. I'm an army builder. That's my thing, and it's my brag, baby. Yeah, but no, I just like. Everything about that movie was terrible. It was such a cobbled together Frankenstein's monster of all these, and the story moved like a video game. You know what I mean?
Oh, big time. It moved like a video game.
It was fucking horrible. It was horrible. And to bring, what was Richard Grant, such an accomplished actor. You bring Richard Grant in and just one-off kill that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It was like the same thing they did with Snoke. I hated Snoke. I mean, I didn't like him at all after you figured out what the fuck was kind of going on. But I saw Last Jedi before I saw Force Awakens, and it was like after seeing Last Jedi, you're like, what the fuck? What? Like, because you get that he's supposed to be the baddie, and I'd heard about the Force Awakens, I just didn't see it beforehand because I didn't go to the theater to watch it because I was like, Disney bought Star Wars and I saw previews and I was like, I'll listen to some reviews, and a couple of my friends went to see it, and I'm listening to reviews, and I'm hearing New Hope, paradigms, and I didn't watch it. I watched Rogue One when that came out because I'm like, this looks very different, I'm like, okay, it's something I could give a try, So I'm like, I'll watch it. I watched Rogue One. I was like, all right, this is cool. I still can't believe that movie made $1 billion, but it is what it is. Like I said,
Unfortunately, it did.
If the entirety of that movie would have been a battle on Scarif, I would have loved that even more.
Yeah.
You could have cut out Jyn Erso and Cassian Andor, and I don't even want to talk about Cassian Andor because that show, Maron, that don't even
hey,
care.
real quick, I gotta head out, y'all.
Yeah, I would say we're gonna wrap. Go ahead and plug your channel, Cody.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, pursuing paranormal. I pretty much just cover anything paranormal related, hauntings, ghosts, spirits, even alien type of stuff. But yeah, I'll be doing something soon, like a live stream or something like that, covering a couple articles on a website I just found that cover some of the similar things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks again for having me on, Pete. I really appreciate it, man. It's been fun.
Ah, dude, you're welcome, Cody. It's good to have you on as always, brother. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Shit, brother. Well, hey, you have a good night, man, and yeah, just message me, dude.
Yep, we'll do, man. Yeah. Hey, peace
right,
out, guys. Good
See you,
doing the show
Cody.
with you guys.
Yep. See you, Cody.
You too.
See you guys.
Lissy, I'll go over to Nick next.
Thanks for having me on. Again, it's always a pleasure being here with you guys, sharing the screen with these two lovely people here, Saggy and Etep. As some of you, most of you probably know, I'm one half Echo Base Network. Most people know us from our Star Wars sequel trilogy documentary, narrated by Doomcock. We're working on our second one, The Rise and Fall of LucasArts Gaming, which is narrated by Mauler. We're going to have a lot of people involved with that. We were supposed to have this thing out like a year and a half ago, but it's just a long process making a film documentary. So especially just getting the people involved. This is a very different one than what the sequel trilogy one was. So it's very time consuming. Yeah, we mainly cover Star Wars stuff, but Star Wars is kind of in the shitter right now. So Coach and I are starting to branch off into other things. If you go look at our recent content, we've literally released like 11 videos in the last 3 days that are non-Star Wars related. And we'll probably continue doing that because we just can't be negative and down all the time on everything. We got to find something positive to talk about. So, but yeah, if you're not sub, come check us out.
Thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate it, Nick.
Yep.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, let me kick it over to Saggy Melons.
Of course, I have to follow that amazing plug by Nick. How do I top that? I'm one half of the Melons. No, I'm just kidding.
You've only got one half. You should have both.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do drama on my channel. The drama is my bread and butter. So if you're bored and you're into some drama and you want to hear me roast people and yell and scream, because I usually do talk about things I don't like more than I do like. So that's
very
my channel.
entertaining.
It sometimes can be. Sometimes it depends on the topic. Sometimes I really go in and it's funny, but that's just what I do. But I like being on these panels where it's not drama. We could talk about funny things. We could talk about movies and entertainment, and that doesn't always have to be drama. So it's nice. Thank you for having me. And yeah, if you like drama, Saggy Melons with a Z, please don't type it with an S. It does take you to the dark corners of YouTube that do exist. Maybe type it in with an S and find out you're into something new. Who knows? But yeah, that's all I got.
Well, thank you for being here, Saggy. I appreciate it. Nick, same, brother. Good to have you both. Yeah, it's always good to stream with my YouTube wifey over here. But yeah, I am
Doomtap, scumbag Doomtap, and I have been recruited to narrate the next Echo-based documentary. Yes, it is. It's true. They said your predictions on Kathleen Kennedy have been spot on, Doomtap.
Yep, she's still there. She's still in power.
Your secret base in Iron Mountain, Michigan. I mean, not in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Definitely not. We know where your source of intelligence comes from. That's right.
But no, seriously. Yeah, I will be doing. Let's see. Saturday night, we'll have Saturday night's main event this weekend as I kick the box for the Ecto 1 under the desk here with my size 13s. Yes, it happens. But yeah, I'll be doing a Saturday Night Live show this weekend. We'll be reviewing the new Jurassic World movie. Probably be me, Tony. Probably get Vinny on, Chris. I mean, even if you haven't seen it, you know, we'll still have a crew on. And well, Jesus, he's still behind me, isn't he? This guy needs some sleep. This motherfucker needs some sleep.
That was scary.
He's like, Wakurian, I am watching you. I see you besmirch my good name, much like the ne'er-do-wells on Twitter.
He's kind of scary looking back there behind you.
It is like I don't know what's more scary, him, Harvey Weinstein, or Kevin Spacey. Probably Kevin Spacey because I'm so pretty. That's what it is. But yeah, we'll be doing Saturday night's main event, and I'm gonna have to, like I said, I'm in the process of moving now and painting my new house and doing some stuff like that. So single release videos are gonna probably slow down. We'll still be doing live streams. I've already got the internet being turned on over there on Friday, and I'm not even moving in yet. So in case I'm over there and I have my gear with me and I want to stream, I'll be set up in the temporary studio. Like I said, I'm having a contractor come in and build a fucking studio. So
Nice.
yeah, that'll be it. Yeah. That'll be happening, and like I said, my goal is to have some people come in. I mean, I'm not just having just any fucking rando come in, and because it's in my fucking home. So you know,
what? How dare you have a studio in your home? I thought everybody gets it on Section 8. What the hell is this crap?
Yeah. You know, so some of us ball out and do it in our houses. You know, we have the wherewithal and the means to do it. So. We don't have to get a Section 8 hood ratchet ass. I mean, allegedly on Minecraft. But no, yeah, if you're, I'd like to thank all my channel members. I got, 25 channel members. Thank each and every one of you. Thank you, Nikki D, for the $5 super sticker. Thank you for everybody participating in the chat. I appreciate you guys. Your time is an irreplaceable commodity, and you chose to spend it here with us. You chose to spend it wisely this Wednesday evening. Let us entertain you for the low, low price of next to nothing except your time, which, like I said, was well spent. So, yeah, thank you, everybody in the chat. God bless. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm Tepo Kui to the Place to Be Reviews. We've been here with all of yous. If we don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one.
Get your own.
Take that, you bitch!
No! What the hell?
How'd you like that?
Hey, joke's on you. I have hepatitis.
Boom! I could do